Hey guys, welcome back to TTMR. We're back with me, Austin, and Sean, and today we will be reviewing the new movie The Batman, directed by Matt Reeves, the same man who brought you some of the notable films like Dawn of the Planet of the Apes and War for Planet of the Apes.
This movie follows our peak fiction hero Batman, who is reintroduced in this movie, this time around dealing with the Riddler, who has been completely redesigned to be a menacing serial killer who threats to tear down the city itself. This movie begins with the first murder of the Riddler, showing him as a crazed maniac thirsty for blood. Unlike previous movies, there isn't another backstory scene where Bruce's parents are killed in an alleyway, since by the time the movie has started, it is well established that Bruce has been Batmaning it up for quite a while up until this point. This movie also takes some inspiration from the comic Batman The Long Halloween. In this story, we are introduced to Batman, who can strike enemies with punches that the audience can feel. This movie takes on a detective style, with clues left by the Riddler being gradually deciphered as the movie progresses. We are also introduced to various characters that are interrogated, with some even coming back again after new evidence is found. One such character is the Penguin, who is a recurring character throughout the movie, since it seems like he is always hiding something or falling in the middle of the riddles that are being left behind. Another is Catwoman, who acts alongside Batman in hope that she will find her friend. Batman is left to defend the city against the Riddler, who has started an uprising against the officials of the city. Will he be able to stop them? Watch the movie to find out.
Wow. Wow is literally all I can say. This movie is absolutely incredible. This might be one of the most comic book accurate movies that has ever been produced. For this iteration of Batman, they really went all in with the detective approach. This, in our opinion, was the right move to make. We have seen very detective-like scenes from some of the other live-action Batmen. However, this movie takes it to a whole other level. It's genuinely very thrilling to watch. It keeps you locked in, waiting for what's about to happen next. This is such a good way to keep your viewer on the edge of their seat, wanting to watch more.
Perhaps one of the best things about this movie is that I simply cannot talk enough about how perfect the Riddler was for it, especially considering how it was taking a detective route. Personally, I never really thought of the Riddler in this way before, but I'm so glad that they decided to make him the way that he turned out to be in the movie. It was him, pulling the strings, while Batman just had to try and do his best to try and stop him. The capturing of the Riddler in the cafe was such a cool moment, especially when the camera pulls back to reveal the question mark in the mug. I simply cannot stress enough how well they played the Riddler in this movie, and actually made him seem like a genuine threat.
I personally thought this movie was really good. The action was great, CGI was great, and just the feel of it was great. The acting was also really good too. The Riddler actually seemed like a scary villain in this movie, almost like how the Green Goblin was in No Way Home. The theme for Batman was really good as well.
There are actually too many good things to say about this movie, and personally, I never thought I'd be saying that about any movie. But first off, the characters in this movie are absolutely amazing. 10 out of 10 characters. This is a 3-hour long movie, but it's paced so well, and the story is so good. Probably one of the best comic book movies we've ever gotten to see. It's extremely faithful to the source material, and we love that. There are many twists, and some were a little predictable, at least for me they were, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. It makes the watcher feel as though they are really a part of the film. You feel like you're there with them. The music is phenomenal, composed by Michael Giacchino, who worked on movies like the MCU Spider-Man trilogy and Pixar's Up, Cars 2, and the upcoming movie Lightyear. Not to mention the amazing choice of music with Something in the Way by Nirvana. It just completely captures and embodies Batman and Bruce Wayne in this iteration of the character. It just works so well with the overall theme of the movie and the story. It's just, I can't even find the real words I want to use to describe how perfect I feel this song was for the movie. It's so good. And God, dude, the action. I mean, like, I just... You know what? Here.
The hell are you supposed to be? I'm vengeance.
This is what peak fiction looks like. This scene alone speaks for itself. The action is so damn good. You can literally feel these punches, man. One more amazing showing of the action is where Batman is in a high-speed chase to catch the Penguin.
I got you! I got you!
This is all practical effects. They really did jump this car through the fire, and I personally just think that's so damn cool. To add a little more on how it's very comic accurate, some scenes are literally stripped from The Long Halloween, such as this panel with Catwoman breaking into the safe and scuffling with Batman for a little. Explaining the characters a little more. These characters, unlike the ones in Eternals, actually make you feel something. They are written so well to the point where you're able to connect with them and understand their emotions. This especially goes for the character of Bruce Wayne. You can really get down on the same level as him and find a connection with his character. This is mainly due to the way the character is written in the movie, but also how the amazing Robert Pattinson played this role. He is by far my favorite portrayal of Batman, and I'm sure this goes for so many others who have watched this incredible film.
Sean rated this movie with a 9.2 out of 10, Max with a 9.5 out of 10, and I rated it a 9 out of 10. Overall, our scores add up to a 92 out of 100 for all three of us. This was a really good movie. The start of it wasn't too wonky, and the way it was done made it so you didn't sit bored in some of the scenes. This movie was 3 hours long, and to keep a movie going really good for that long is a pretty tough thing to do. The CGI, acting, fight scenes, and story were all amazing in this movie. Anyways, that has been our review for The Batman.
Remember that this is just our opinion, so you don't necessarily have to believe everything that is said here.
We hope you all had an amazing rest of your day, and if you enjoyed, you could like or subscribe to help us out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day.